Hello, this is the video tutorial for the CU Denver and CU Anschutz Room and Resource Scheduling System, EMS. This tutorial will review the URL and sign-in information, how to request a room through browsing availability and entering search criteria, how to edit your room reservations, and then we'll also review requesting other resources, the site home page, and account personalization. The EMS Web App is located at schedule.ucdenver.edu/EMS Web App. An account is needed to access this system, and accounts are approved for CU staff, faculty, students, and CU affiliates. If you don't have an account, click the Request an Account button, complete the required fields, and click the Request an Account button at the bottom of the page. Your request will be processed within 2 business days, and you will receive an activation email. Sign in using your university network credentials, which is also known as your Passport ID, and your associated password. For CU affiliates, including the VA, Children's, or University Hospital users, use your email address and chosen password to log in. Now I will demonstrate how to request a room in 2 different ways. The first way is best if I have a specific room in mind that I would like to request. At the left, click on Browse Locations. Navigate to the day that you would like to request. Click Add Remove Locations to filter by building or campus. Or you can use the search field at the right to look for a specific room. In the grid of time, click at the start time you would like to reserve. Remember to include setup and breakdown time in the time you are requesting. Click Continue. And click the plus sign next to the room name. Enter your number of attendees and click Add Room. This room was added to my reservation under the Selected Rooms area. And click Next Step. This window is where facility services can be added to your room request. If this example is for a lunch meeting, I will also request a post-event cleanup. I need to specify what time housekeeping can begin cleaning up the room in the special instructions box. If you will be having food at your event, it's important that you request housekeeping services so that the trash can be collected and the room can be cleaned prior to the next event. Include detailed information in the special instructions box and click OK. The selected service will move to the right of the screen under the Services Summary column. You can add other needed services for your event. And at the bottom of the screen, there will be a field to enter in your speed type or billing address. For CU affiliates, you will have to enter in a billing address in this field if you do not have a speed type. At the top of the window, click Next Step. Under Reservation Details, the fields with red outlines are required. Enter in the event name, keeping in mind that this information does populate on the digital signage throughout the campus and on the website. Select the event type from the list. Your group name should auto-populate into this field. Your name should be listed as a first contact in this drop-down list. Or you can also use the temporary contact option to manually enter in your name, phone number, and email address. Add a second contact if you have one for this activity. Add any files that need to be attached. And answer the questions that are outlined in red. These questions are required for every reservation in EMS, and you might be contacted based on the answer to these questions for more information about your activity. Speed types or billing address is still required even if you're not requesting services. Once these fields are complete, click Create Reservation. Your request will be processed within 2 business days, and you will receive either a confirmation email or a notice of denial if the room is not available. Now I will demonstrate how to request a room in a second way. This way is best if I want to view a list of all available rooms after entering search criteria. At the left, click on Create a Reservation. Select Book Now next to the type of room you would like to request. At the left, enter your search criteria. So your date and your time. Remember to include setup and breakdown time in the time that you are requesting. Next to locations, click Add Remove to filter by building. In the number of people field, you can add a number to filter out rooms that are too small for this number of people. You can also filter by room type and feature. Once you have your criteria entered, click Search, and the available rooms will populate in the list. Click on the room name in blue to see more information about that room, including its features and images. Select the plus sign next to the room to schedule it. If you will have a different number of attendees than the number that you've used to filter out the rooms, make that adjustment here and click Add Room. Often there will be room-specific information that will open into a pop-up window. Be sure to read this information before clicking OK. The room we selected has been added to the top of the screen under Selected Rooms. And click Next Step. Add any needed facility services on this window. Please note that for the downtown campus, badge access must be requested for every room under the electronic access portion of this services window. This service has been added to the right under my services summary. I will scroll to the bottom to add my speed type. And then I'll click Next Step. Enter the reservation details. Answer the questions, and you can also tab into these fields and click Y or N instead of clicking the drop-down to answer them. Enter your speed type if you have not done so already, and click Create Reservation. Now I will demonstrate how to request a room on a recurring basis. At the left, click Create a Reservation and select Book Now next to the type of room you would like to request. Click the Recurrence button and enter in the date pattern that you would like to search for a room. Please note you can also use the random to select specific days that are not on a pattern. Remember to include setup and breakdown time in the time that you are requesting. And at the bottom, click Apply Recurrence. Review your date and time information here at the left to make sure that you entered your pattern in correctly. Add any needed filters and click Search. These are the list of available rooms for the pattern that I have submitted. Please note the available column will show the number of occurrences and the number that this room is available. If you click on that number, that 5 out of 6, it will tell you which day is not available, which one has a conflict. In this case, Monday the 31st, the building is not open because it's a holiday. For information about the room, click on the room name in blue. but scroll through the list to select the room that will meet your needs. Click the plus sign to the left of the room, enter your number of attendees, and click Add Room. Read any information about the room that opens, and click OK. I have this warning here that the location I selected is not available for all of my dates. Because this is a holiday and the campus is closed, I don't have any other options for this one date. If I did, they would populate here in this list. Since there's no space available, I need to skip my last date. And now I can click Next Step to schedule those 5 dates when this room is available. Add any needed facilities services on this window and click Next Step when finished. It's also possible to add services after you have submitted your room request. If any of these are answered with a yes, there is more information that will populate about next steps that are needed. There are policies that connect to a lot of these questions. And if there is an outside agency event, then there are additional steps that we will need to take. And the question that's about official business for CU Anschutz or CU Denver, all of our room use should be for official campus business that relates to the mission of the university. Enter in your speed type if you have not done so on the previous screen, and click Create Reservation. So now I have 3 reservations that have been submitted, but I need to edit my requests. To edit at the left, click the My Events button. This is my list of reservations. You can also search for a specific reservation using this field. To edit a specific reservation, click on the name in blue. You can edit reservation details using this button at the top. Reservation details include the name, the type, the contact, and the speed type or billing information that was provided. Also under additional information is the answers to the questions that were submitted, and those can be edited here as well. At the top right, there is an area to add services or to cancel the full reservation. You can also view the summary or add this to your calendar. The Add Services button at the top will allow you to add facility service items after you have submitted the room request. Scroll to the service item that you need to add. Make note of the available inventory when it is an item. Select the number of the item that you need. Include any details in the special instructions box and click OK. Now this item has added to the services summary section at the right. And click Next Step. This is where you can choose to add this item to all of the dates or only to some of the dates. And now in the second half of our screen, we can see the bookings details and we can see which dates have services added. To view what is added, click the View Services. To make changes to this service, click the Manage Services button. Click My Events at the top left to return back to your list of reservations. We have some other edit options here as well. So now I'm going to edit the time of one of my requests. Click on the name in blue. And in the bottom half of this window under Bookings, I have the information about where this request is located, and the start time and the end time. To make an adjustment to this booking, I'll click the pencil icon. I'll make the adjustment to the date or time at the left and click Update Booking. My adjustment is here and it is still in web request status, so it will be reviewed and confirmed within 2 business days. This minus icon will cancel this booking. Please note that if it is not here, or if the pencil icon is not here, it might be too close to the start of the event to cancel it through the web app. There are also 2 buttons here to cancel bookings and booking tools. Cancel bookings will cancel all of the bookings if there's more than one or some of the bookings. And booking tools will allow you to make date or time adjustments to all or some of the bookings if there are many bookings. The EMS Web App is also home to the request process for other resources or services. If you click create a reservation, in this list, there are many room requests, but there are also processes to request audiovisual equipment and support for the CU Anschutz or CU Denver campus, how to request disposal services from the facilities department, how to request permission to film or photograph on either campus, a resource services only request if you need facilities services that are not in a specific room or location. And then video conferencing and event recording or Zoom webinar or Zoom meeting hosting support request processes are located here as well. When I click on the Home tab, this will take me to Site Home, which has a lot of useful information about the campuses. A detailed user guide is located here, which will go through all the steps that we've been through already and even more detail for different steps as well. If you scroll down, there's specific information pertaining to each campus for Anschutz Medical Campus and for the CU Denver campus. All of these folders have helpful information and links to other areas. There are some options to personalize your account. Click on your name at the top right and click My Account. This will allow you to set up delegates, so other individuals who can access your reservations or make changes on your behalf. Personalization will allow you to make templates for your most common reservations and include defaults to some of those fields. My favorite rooms will allow you to set up a filter that are your favorite rooms that you can apply when you are searching for room availability criteria. If you find that you have additional questions that are not answered by this tutorial or the user guide, here is some contact information. If you have questions about EMS and using the web app or room scheduling, you can email oit-schedulingservices@cuanschutz.edu, or you can call the help desk during business hours at 303-724-8114. If you have questions about equipment in a room or there is a problem with equipment in a room, you can call the Classroom Support Help Desk for Anschutz or for Denver. If you have questions about facilities services, billing, invoicing, or logistics, you can call Facilities Dispatch for Anschutz or for Denver. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video tutorial.